we discussed? Tell me yesterday what we discussed?
If condition.
If condition. So if along with if we also discussed switch
Switch
state.
state.
So basically what these things are helping us. Okay. See, if condition and the switch are for same purpose. But if you have few conditions, okay, 1, 2, 3 like that, less than 4 conditions if you have, then you will go for if, else, else. If you have so many conditions, then if you have so many conditions also, you can achieve that using if. It is possible, but it is advisable to use switch, because if you use if condition and if you have 10 conditions, then what happens if you use if? It will verify every if condition and then finally it will execute the right one. So it's unnecessarily burden on the system, right? So instead we prefer to use switch statement in such cases, okay? In general, in majority of the cases we will use if only. In rare cases only we will go for the switch. But you should know, okay? Okay. Confirm if you are able to see my screen, guys. Online guys, please confirm me if you are able to see my screen. Okay, great. So let me show that switch once and then we will move on to the next topic, okay? So simply in if, else, in if we are putting a condition, and else if we are putting a condition, else if again we are putting a condition, whereas in else we are not putting any condition. Similarly, exactly in the same way, if you go for switch, we will write the expression that we need to validate. On the switch expression we will write. After that, when first value, when second value, when third value, when fourth value. In if, we will write the condition every time. Like see, okay, let me show both the codes side by side so that in that comparison you can easily understand.
Example is from different.
Already I have explained you with an example. Let me open that. Step by step I will go. Wait. ఫస్ట్ మీకు ఏబి అంటేనే అర్థం కావట్లేనప్పుడు నువ్వు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అకౌంట్ అంటే తీసుకోవడానికి వాళ్ళు సపరేట్ ఉంది. అకౌంట్ నుంచి తీసేది సపరేట్ 1 by 1. ఇప్పటివరకు చెప్పింది అర్థమయ్యిందా లేదా అంతవరకు ఫోకస్ చేయి, తర్వాత అన్నీ వస్తాయి 1 by 1 వస్తాయి, ఓకే? So here what we are doing, if we are considering a condition by using a variable, and what we are doing, we are putting a condition. If this condition is satisfied, which is present inside the bracket, that will execute. We first focus on this area. Here in future what type of conditions we use, here instead of this area how we can use a field which is present in object, those things we will discuss later. First try to understand the basics, okay? Fine. Why is problem? Is it clear now? Is it clear? Is my audio clear now? Guys, is my audio clear? Once confirm. Are you able to hear me? Okay, great. Fine. So here when you compare if condition with the switch statement, what is the difference? In if condition, here we are writing the entire condition. Here also we are writing the entire condition. Here also we are writing the entire condition. Here in else we are not writing any condition, and whatever is remaining that will be executed as part of the else. If all these conditions fail, then only it will go to else. Whereas here in the switch statement, what is happening? What is the name of the class? Shivu, I think, right? Identify month. Yes. So this is the class. Here what I am doing, see, compare this one with this one. Here if I am writing, inside this I am writing the condition. Here what I am doing, switch on. Here I am giving the variable, okay, and the value for this. Here in if condition, if you want to write the same in if condition, how you will write? If you want to write the same in if condition, how you will write?
If month member less than one.
So you will write it as, one second, I don't want to disturb this, let me write the same thing on notepad. Okay, if I want to write the same thing using if, how I will write if inside the condition,
Month member is the
month number equal to 1, okay,
and
then I want to write,
January.
okay, I want to give this one, okay, and after this I will close the bracket. After that, else if
month less than equal 1, I will do
less than greater than equal to 10.
అట్లా చాలా కదా సార్
మరి చాలా రాయాలి కాబట్టి ఇది వాడుతున్నాను, అదే నేను చెప్పింది.
మంత్ టు జనవరి ఫిబ్రవరి.
Like this, else if you need to write. Okay, like this you can write and it will execute, but it is not the best practice. If you have so many conditions, then instead of writing this, see, if you write like this, what will happen? If you have given number 7, then it will first verify if it failed, then it will verify this, it failed, then it will verify the next one, it will fail, next will fail, next will fail, then it will go to the 7th one. So unnecessarily it is executing, right? Instead, if you use the switch statement, what happens? Here, if the value is 7, directly it will go to the 7. Directly it will go to the 7. Instead of verifying each one, directly it will go to the 7. So here the performance will increase. You can write the same thing using if condition as well. But when there are more number of conditions, here we will write it in this way. What we are doing here? Here I am putting the value, okay, expression. Here, instead of directly giving the value, I can give an expression like a plus b, a into b minus c by 2 plus 3. I can give anything here. Finally, the result of this will be in different when result is 1, when result is 10, when result is 100, what I need to do, like that. For all the conditions I will do, and at the end, when else, if all these conditions fail, then what I want to do. Switch will generally give values because when we have so many conditions, then we will go, okay. Range also we can give, but generally switch is preferred with this. When we divide something in basis of a range, usually you can divide in 4 or 5 maximum, right? So if you have specific values and you have more number of values, then we will choose the switch statement. Okay, clear difference between if and switch. Okay, so both are for the same purpose. When there are less number of conditions, we use if condition. When there are more number of conditions, we will go with the switch statement. Clear? Okay, right. So now today we are going to see one more interesting topic, that is loops. So here, using if condition or using switch statement, what we are doing, let me draw in a paint, okay, to make you clearly understand what we are doing, why we are doing. Okay, for example, for for example, if I have some code, okay, if for example if I have a code like this, consider this is some code, okay, this is the code. How it will execute generally? It will execute line by line. It will execute in this way. Whatever code you have written, it will execute line by line like this generally. But if we include if, how it will execute? Okay, I will put if condition here. Okay, I will put the if condition, okay, and brackets open, and here I will write some code, something, and I will close the bracket. And after this, if I have written some code, then how my execution will work? See, above this also there is some code. For example, there is some code above also, below also, in between if condition is there. Then how my execution will work? See, it will start, it will execute line by line. When it sees the if condition, it will verify whether the condition is satisfying or not. If the condition is satisfied, then it will execute like this. Okay. If the condition, again it is coming like this. If the condition is not satisfied, it will skip from this bracket to this bracket and it will execute these things. Okay. So basically what we are doing, we are changing the path of the execution. Okay. So normally the execution is coming from top to bottom like this. Okay. But using if condition, what we are doing, here we have written if condition. Okay. And before that it will come like this. If the if condition is satisfied, then do this way. If condition fails, then do this way. Like that we are changing the execution part. Okay. So that is what we are doing with the if condition. If the if condition is satisfied, if it is yes, okay, do this. If it is no, do this. Okay. And here, if the if condition, if this is satisfied, do this. If this is not satisfied, here again I am writing one more if. Okay. Here I am writing one more if. Okay. That is nothing but the if else if. Again here I am checking the condition. If the condition is satisfied, do this. Not satisfied, do this. You are getting my point? Why we are doing if else? To, without using any if else condition, it will execute in this way, line by line from the top to bottom. By using if else, else if, all these things, what we are able to do, instead of this, we are changing its path. Either if yes, then do only these activities. If it is no, then do these activities. Like that we are able to control the flow, control the execution flow. Okay. So that's why these if and if else if, and we have also covered the switch statement. These are known as the control flow statements or conditional statements. Means we are able to control the execution, which path should execute, which path should not execute. That we are able to control through the if condition. Is this clear? Any question related to if condition? Clear, right? So now here my requirement is, in this one, I want to execute only once, but whether I want to execute this one or that one, that I am deciding with the help of if condition. Clear? But there are some scenarios where I want to execute, for example, I have these 4 lines of code. Okay, I have these 4 lines of code and I want to execute these 4 lines of code 5 times. Same code I want to execute 5 times. Okay, same code I want to execute 5 times. Then what I need to do, there should be some mechanism. First it should enter into this, it should execute all these things. After that again it should go here, again execute all these things, again it should go here. Like that 5 times it should execute. After 5th time it should go again down. Okay, you getting my point? So here if you want to execute a set of statements multiple times, same code if you want to execute multiple times, for that we use loops concept. Loop means, for example, you and me both are listening to songs, okay? Both of us started putting one movie as album, in that 6 songs are there. You are listening song 1, song 2, song 3, song 4, song 5, song 6, like that you are listening. After listening to the first song, I felt like I liked that song. Then what I will do? I will select the loop button on that. Then what will happen? Again I want to repeat the same song 6 times instead of listening other songs. Okay? It means what? Loop means basically the same activity you are performing again and again. That is loop. Okay? So to achieve this, Salesforce is giving us some features and how to do that and all we will see. Okay? So in general, for dealing with the loop, what are the concepts available? For loop is one, okay, one thing, okay. While loop is another one, okay. Do while loop is another one, okay. So in any like C, Java, everywhere we have these are the different loops. Here we will discuss about 4 different types of for loops. Okay, here we will discuss 4 different types of for loops. Actually, for loop is the one which we are going to use most of the time. In general, we will not focus more on while loop or do while loop. Of course, I will explain that as part of the syllabus, but in real time, you should have 100% clarity on the for loop. Only if you have good clarity on for loop, then only you can write any business logic on your own. Any logic if you want to write, for loop is mandatory. Okay. So now let's do one by one examples. Okay. So in general, for loop will look something like this. For I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Okay. Inside this we can write some code and this is the closure, the for loop. How this will work? Okay. For example, if you use this code, how it will work? How this code will work? First, it will go to for loop. Here, initialization will be done. Okay. Condition verification will be done here. Increment will be done here. So, initially I equal to 0. So, now, then it will verify whether I equal to 0. 0 is less than 5 or not? Yes, condition is satisfied. So now condition is satisfied. So this will execute. Once it reaches the bracket, again it will go here. Only one time initialization will happen. Second time onwards, what happens? It will go to here. Okay. So here I plus plus is there, right? So first initially I equal to 0 and 0 less than 5, condition satisfied, executed, then it again came here, but already I plus plus also happened. So first this will happen, next this will happen, next this will happen. Okay. So now I plus plus means add 1 to I. I plus plus meaning I plus plus, it is nothing but I equal to I plus 1. Both are exactly same. If someone writes I plus plus, what is the meaning? I equal to I plus 1. Means you are adding 1 to I and keeping that value again in I. Okay? That we call like this. Okay? So here if I am writing like this means what happens? Initially I value 0. Okay? then I am verifying the condition whether 0 is less than 5. Yes, condition is satisfied. Next I will do I plus plus. Okay, and here I will execute this. And next step, what happened in the second round? I value is 1. So now 1 is less than 5. Yes or no? Correct. So now what happens? It will execute. Again 1 plus 1, 2. So the next time 2 less than 5. Yes or no? Correct. So it will execute. Next 3 less than 5. Correct? Yes, it will execute. 4 less than 5. Correct? It will execute. 5 less than 5. Correct? No. 5 less than 5 is not correct. So until the condition fails, it will execute. Once the condition fails, it will stop. So now let's see this practically in our Salesforce. Okay. Here I will give. Integer I for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, and here okay. If I execute this, what happens? Let's see. See, the value of I is 0, value of I is 1, value of I is 2, value of I is 3, value of I is 4. Did I give system.debug 4 times? Did I give system.debug 5 times? See how many times it got executed? 5 times. How many times I have given system.debug? Only once. So what this for loop is doing? Initially I equal to 0. So that with the 0 it is verifying the condition. Condition satisfied. So it is executing. From here again it is coming back and incrementing and again checking the condition. After incrementing again if it is checking the condition 1 is less than 5. Yes, condition satisfied. So again it is executing. After that again it is incrementing and verifying it. Again the condition is satisfied. Again the condition is satisfied. Again the condition is satisfied. Until unless the condition fails, it will execute. So here instead of I less than 5, if I give I less than 10, then it will execute 10 times. Okay. Now it will execute 10 times. Yes or no? Okay. For example, here if I give I less than or equal to 10, now tell me how many times this will execute?
9 less than 9 times.
Previously, see this code. All of you focus here, please. See this code. I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. How many times it executed? Count this.
10 times.
Now if I give equal to, now what will happen?
11 times.
11 times. It will execute 11 times because previously 10 less than 10 condition failed, but now 10 less than or equal to 10 condition pass. So what happens? It will execute 11 times. See, is it clear? Count them now from 1 to 10, 10, 0, 11. So total 11 times it executed. Is it clear? Okay. Here the drawback with this for loop is, here we need to specify here exactly how many times we need to execute. Okay, based on the condition which we have given here, it is executing. But in general in Salesforce what happens, we will not have this kind of integer or string. On those things we will not do the loop generally. We will have an S object. Okay. This S object means whether it could be a standard object or custom object. Like for example, I have 10 student records. Each student record I want to verify whether the value is age is less than 20 or greater than 20 for each student. If the age is less than 20, then I want to display as this student is eligible for class. Okay. If the age is greater than 20, then I should display that student is not eligible for class. Now what I need to do? I need to do this loop on a list of S object records. Okay. So in that case, this kind of for loop will not give good results. I mean, it is not very helpful. So in Salesforce, we never use this kind of for loop. This is known as a traditional for loop, which we will use generally in C, C++ and Java. Whereas in Salesforce, this will work, but we will not use this. We will not use this. Instead, we will use some other for loops. Okay?
Maximum use చేయగలం.
Maximum, we will not use this. Okay? We will not use this because we have advanced for loops for better convenience that will be useful for you as a developer also, for end user also. In many advanced features are there. This is the basic for loop. Okay? So we will not use it generally. Okay? Fine. So now put the heading loops. Now put the heading loops. Put the heading loops. There are different kinds of loops available in Salesforce. There are different kinds of loops available in Salesforce. For loop, while loop, do while loop. Nested loop is not a separate loop. It is nothing but we are writing loop inside loop. Okay? It is not a separate one. And as per Salesforce best practices, you should never use nested loops. Okay? Fine. So these are the three types of loops available. Okay? For loop, while loop, do while. Okay, so now before going to all the other types of for loops, inside for loop there are again 4 different ways in which we can write the for loop I told, right? So before going to that, first what we will do is, okay, you write this quick example, okay, for loop. Basically you write this for loop example, just write for loop example and write this one, okay. Then we will do the while loop, do while loop. Then we will come back again to for loop and we will discuss about in depth all the other things, okay. am writing this. Okay. So now let's see how the while loop will work. Okay. We generally don't use while and do while. Just wait. Got stuck. Just wait.
అది గెలిచేసి
ఇప్పటికి అవసరం ఎక్కువ నెక్స్ట్ డేస్ డైలీ ఉంటుంది సెక్స్ వర్క్లో కూడా డ్రెస్ వస్తుంది పైన సేల్స్ వర్క్ పక్కన డైరెక్ట్ డూ పైన
సో వీడిని ఇచ్చాడు 1 ఇచ్చి 11 ఇచ్చాడు.
1 5 కౌంట్ ప్లస్.
సో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇందు లోపల i ప్లస్ ప్లస్ రాస్తాం, అంతే తేడా దానిలో అక్కడే రాసేస్తాం, ఇందులో లోపల రాస్తాం అంతే. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, ద ఓన్లీ డిఫరెన్స్ ఈస్ దేర్ వీ విల్ రైట్ హియర్ ఓన్లీ i ప్లస్ ప్లస్, హియర్ వీ విల్ రైట్ ద i ప్లస్ ప్లస్ ఇన్సైడ్. ఓకే, so now let me execute this. Missing this one. Okay, now this should execute. Okay, now let me see the output. See, it is giving 2 3 4 5. Okay, now let's go here. Initial value what I have given. Okay, so initial value 1. Okay, 1, it is verifying the condition 1 less than 5, yes or no, condition satisfied. So it is executing this one. Here what it is doing, 1 plus 1 2. So now 2 it is displaying. Okay, after that again here going 2 is going again here and it is verifying the condition 2 less than 5, yes or no, correct. So now what happened, 2 plus 1 3 is displayed here. Okay, after that again here we went back 3 less than 5, yes or no, yes. So next 3 plus 1 4, so now 4 is displayed. Here again we will go 4 less than 5, correct. 4 plus 1 5, so 5 is displayed. So if you just write this line instead of here, if you write it here, now tell me, will there be any difference or not? Just I changed the line above and below, that's it. Same code, exactly same code. Instead of writing this line first and then this line, I reversed that. First I have written system.debug, now I am writing i plus plus. Will I get the same output or my output will change? This is the question.
Okay, change.
So now what will be the output? Tell me.
Only one.
Only one time it will execute. Tell me what will be the result. Tell me what will be the result now.
In one line, 1 2 3 4.
Okay, one by one you tell me what is your expert. 1 2 3 4. 4 lines it will display. What is your answer? Single line will display. What is your answer?
Single line lo 1 2 3 4 అని వస్తుంది.
అన్ని ఉండవు, అది రాంగ్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ సింగిల్ లైన్. ఓకే,
Single line.
ఓకే, ఓకే. So it will, his answer is correct.
Right. Line is
అంటే లెస్ దెన్ 5 లోపు వస్తాయి సార్.
See,
loop లో ఉంది.
so now while loop, I told you that while is a loop. Here what I have written, for is a loop, while is a loop, do while is a loop. Loop means what? Multiple times it will execute. Okay, so how the while loop will work? First of all, initially I am giving initial value for I as 1, and now here the value of I is 1 less than 5, correct or wrong? Correct only. So the condition is satisfied, that's why it went inside. Okay, inside what it did, 1 it displayed, system.debug executed, 1 got displayed, so this first line came. After that I am incrementing, means 1 plus 1 2. Now 2 is going here, and whether 2 less than 5, condition satisfied or not? Satisfied. So now what is happening? 2 is getting displayed. After that 2 plus 1 3. Now 3 condition satisfied, yes or no? Yes. So 3 displayed. 3 plus 1 4. 4 condition satisfied, yes or no? Yes. So 4 displayed. 4 plus 1 5. 5 less than 5, condition satisfied? No. So this is not displayed. See, just by changing the position of from one line to another line, the output is getting changed. Now you give me answer. Instead of 1, if I give 9 here, what will happen? If I give 9 here, what will happen? What will be the output? Tell me. Okay. Will it give you the output or you will not get any output? Tell me.
Not output.
gives error.
Huh?
Error వస్తుంది.
Okay. Will you get error or not? First tell me, will you get error or not? Will you get error or not? Huh?
Only 9.
It will not give you error, but it will not give you the output also. Will execute, but it will not give you the output. Because if you write any syntactical mistake, then you will get error. But here there is no syntax issue. The issue here is we have written one while condition and it will work only when I is less than 5. But you have given a value which is not in this bracket. So now I is equal to 9. 9 is less than 5. Tell me.
No.
9 is, I am not doing plus or minus. What I am doing, I am comparing. 9 is less than 5. Yes or no. Only yes or no you will be the answer. So if the answer is no, it will skip from this bracket to this bracket. Okay. And if you have any code outside this bracket, for example, outside this bracket, if I have some code like this, now what will happen? See, the outside one will execute. Okay, the outside one will execute. See, the outside one will execute. Inside one did not execute. Okay, we got the value 9, but inside this nothing is executed. Okay.
అయితే I is less than 10 అయితే అప్పుడు వస్తుంది అసలు while loop.
If you change the condition here,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Now tell me how many times it will execute.
12 times.
Huh? How many times it will execute? Okay. Wait.
9, 10,
9.
10.
9.
కింద
10 వస్తుంది.
0 నుంచి కదా
0 నుంచి రాదు.
లేదు
లేదు 9 10.
Okay. Now tell me how many times I will get the output.
3.
2 sir. 2 sir.
అది ఆ కింద 9 వస్తుంది
9 is less than 10 కండిషన్ సాటిస్ఫై అవుతుంది కదా. అదే అన్న 9 is less than 10 ఒక కండిషన్ కిందది
కింద ఒకటి 2 వస్తాయి
2 వస్తాయి.
3 అంటే నేను పైన 0 అనుకున్నా మర్చిపోయినా 9
ఇట్లా
2 కింద ఒకటి మధ్యలో ఒకటి ఈ నెంబర్ ఏం కదా ఒకటి పోయినాక రికార్డ్ కూడా చేయాలి అప్డేట్ కూడా చేయాలి ఈ కేసు కూడా చేయాలి అప్పుడు టచ్ చేయదు దీంట్లోనే ఇంకా లిస్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి పర్ల లిస్ట్ ఉంటుంది పర్ల పొడి ఉంటుంది పర్ల ఎస్ఎఫ్ఎల్ ఎస్ఎల్ అప్పుడు ఉండదు అసలు అర్థం కాదు జస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వైల్ టూ అవసరం లేదు పర్ల కూడా ఇప్పుడు సారీ అవసరం లేదు ఇంకా 2
Initially, you go step by step. Why you are trying in a hurry? Go slowly, slow and steady. First, initially go line by line. First line, what it will happen? I is equal to 9. Means 9 is a value that we are putting into I variable. So now I value is 9. So here, instead of I, put 9. 9 less than 10. Correct or wrong? Correct. So it will go inside this bracket. Yes or no? So this line will execute.
Yes.
Now what is the output? So the value of I is 9.
9.
So that value you will get. After that what will happen? I plus plus will execute. Then what will happen? The value of 9 becomes 10.
10.
Now here bracket came. So again it will go and check. 10 less than 10. Correct or wrong? Wrong. So it will skip from this bracket to this bracket and outside one will execute.
Yes.
Now what is the value in I?
9.
9 or 10?
9 is sir. 9 is sir.
Again I am repeating. Please focus here. Don't look here and there. Just focus on the screen. Initially the value of I is what? Initially the value of I is what?
9.
9. Here in the place of I, imagine 9. Okay? 9 less than 10, correct or wrong?
Correct.
Correct. So it will go inside this bracket. This first line got executed. Okay? Now I plus plus means what? incrementing 1. 9 plus 1. What value is what?
10.
10. Now what is the value in I?
10.
10. So this bracket came. So it went there again. 10 less than 10. Correct or wrong? Wrong. So from here it will skip and it will come outside. Here it will execute the value of I. Now what is the value in I?
10. 10. 10. 10.
Sure?
Sure. నైనే సార్ ఎందుకంటే లూప్ ఓపెన్ ఉంది కదా
Where I declared the value integer I equal to 9, inside this loop or outside this loop?
outside
So
then 9 వాల్యూ outside లూప్ సిస్టమ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ అవుతుంది కండిషన్ వచ్చినము 10 ఉంటుంది
what is the meaning of a variable? Variable is a placeholder which can hold different values at different times. Okay. We have Ramesh. Ramesh joined a hostel. He has a plate with him. Okay. Today morning he went for tiffin. In the same plate they kept idli. Tomorrow he went with the same plate, they kept puri. Day after tomorrow he went with the same plate, they kept bonda. So now tiffin is changing, plate is not changing. Okay. So today if I ask him what is in the plate, his answer will be idli. Tomorrow what is in the plate, his answer will be puri. Day after tomorrow what is in the plate, his answer will be bonda. Now same thing is happening here. I is a variable which can hold the value. First you kept value 5, after that you kept value 10. Now what will be there? 10 will be there. First by 5 value will not be there. Similarly here initially you kept the value 9. Then you verified whether 9 is less than 10 or not. Yes, condition satisfied. You executed this. After that what you have done here? You incremented. So now what is the value in I? 10. How can you run the loop then? To run a loop, either you should increment or decrement so that it will run multiple times. See, the point here is this I, integer I, if I declare that I, okay, I will do one thing to get you more clarity. I will do one thing. Integer j, wait, I will give you answer. Integer j equal to 20. Okay. Now, okay, j, okay, j, okay. If I use j here, okay, see, variable does not exist. If I have created a variable inside the bracket, that variable cannot be accessed outside the bracket. But I created the variable above the bracket. So in every bracket you can access that. Is this clear or confusing? For you only I told this.
But j కూడా మీరు అక్కడ ఇంటిజర్ j = 10 అని ఇచ్చారు. 10 లో 11 ఇయ్యండి.
పైన ఇయ్యాలా? But పైన ఇస్తే I కి j కి తేడా ఉంది. If you give something here, it can be used everywhere in the code. Okay. If you give something inside the bracket, that will be available only inside the bracket. That is the scope of the variable. If you give it outside, you can access it anywhere down. Okay. Like in Apex class also. For example, here we have a class called circle area. Okay. In this class here I have given these two variables here. I have given the integer r variable here. So that is why I am able to use this variable inside this method. Inside this method I am able to use the variable. For example, here inside this method if I give integer k equal to 20, if I give like this, I can only utilize this integer k only starting from this bracket to this bracket. So what is this? this method is starting in this line and ending in this line. After that, here I can write one more method. Here I can write one more method. You are getting my point? So outside, you are getting my point? Inside this bracket, I declared the variable k. So now k will be available only from here till here. Below this, if I want to do something with k, I cannot. That is the reason I have given integer r here. If I give here, inside the class bracket, in this class, if I have 10 methods, in all the 10 methods, I can access this variable r. If I write it in a specific bracket inside it, then you can access it only within that bracket. If you write it outside, you can access everywhere. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Okay, so now what the error it is throwing, it is saying that it does not know what is j. See the error message. Variable does not exist, it is saying. Why? Because we have not mentioned what is the meaning of j to this one. Okay, if this line is removed, then here only I am giving j, and here within the bracket only I am displaying j. Now will it throw error? No, it will execute and it will give me the answer. Okay, value of j is 20. Is it clear? Any confusion? So, okay. Now you tell me the answer. Okay. Initially I gave value I equal to 9, and here now tell me how it will execute and what I will get. First of all, is there any mistake in this code?
No.
Okay. If I click on execute, it is executing without any error. So it is working fine. I will not show the output. You tell me first what output I am going to get. Based on that I will display.
9 less than 0 first.
First one I equal to 9. So whether 9 is less than 0?
False.
False. So what will happen? This entire thing will skip and this will execute.
9 is print. I is to 9.
Okay. If I change this to okay, now what will happen? Tell me.
I is equal to 9 first.
9 is greater than 0, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So it will go inside the bracket or not?
Yes, inside the bracket.
Inside the bracket. So this will execute. Okay. Now first what will be the output I am going to see?
First 9.
I value 9 I will see. After that what I am doing, I minus means what? 8. So again 8 will verify the condition 8 greater than 0, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So again this will display 8. Again I will come here. 7 less than 0? Yes. 6 less than 0? Yes. 5 less than 0? Okay, so greater than 0. 5 greater than 0, 4 greater than 0, 3 greater than 0, 2 greater than 0, 1 greater than 0. The last, here we got the value as 0. 0 greater than 0. So it will fail. Once it fails, it will come out of the bracket and it will execute this one, which is outside the bracket. Clear?
Outside the bracket that time, this time.
If I don't write anything, okay.
Output is 9 then.
Okay. If I don't write anything outside, then now tell me what will be the output.
9 less than 0.
Sorry.
Greater than 0.
Okay. Now tell me what will be the output. Now tell me what will be the output.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It will start with first. What will the first number?
8.
It will start with 8 or it will start with 9. Tell me that first.
9.
Hmm?
9.
Okay. Let me execute.
9 to 1.
It will start with 9. Why? Because see, initially I gave I value 9. I am verifying 9 is greater than 0. Yes or no? Yes. Condition is satisfied. What is the value inside I now? 9 only. 9 I am displaying. After displaying 9, then I am decrementing. After display, then I am decrementing. Now the value of I is 8. Now 8 greater than 0, yes or no? Yes. So 8 is getting displayed. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 greater than 0, yes, it is getting displayed. After display, 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1, 0. So now 0 greater than 0, false. So that's why it came outside. Outside, is there anything to display? Nothing. So that's why it stopped with 1. For example, if I write the same thing outside, then what will happen? Now tell me what will be the output.
Again, last -7 total -7. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 total 9.
వాడు కొంచెం
Simple 9. Okay, 9.
ఫస్ట్ ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పుడు ఎంత ఉంది ఐ వాల్యూ?
9.
తర్వాత ఇక్కడికి వచ్చావు ఎంత ఉంది ఐ వాల్యూ?
9.
9 ఉందిగా ఐ వాల్యూ. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చావు ఐ వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉంది?
9.
ఇక్కడికి వచ్చే ఐ వాల్యూ ఎంత అయింది?
8.
మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చే ఎంత ఉన్నాయి? ఐ వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉంది? 8 ఉంది.
8. First starting with
So now tell me the output what I am going to get. Starting number and ending number. These two
starting
numbers.
number 9, sir.
Ending number.
Ending
8.
number
0.
Ending number 9 వస్తుంది సార్. ఎందుకంటే
9 ఎందుకు వస్తుంది స్వామి?
9 to 1
అవుతుంది ఫోర్త్ లైన్ లో ఓకే
ఊరికే కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయినాక బయటకు వచ్చేస్తాయి. స్కోప్ బయటకు వస్తాయి.
బయటికి వచ్చే టయానికి వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉంది? నువ్వు ఈ రోజు వచ్చావు, ప్లేట్ లో పూరి పెట్టా, నేను మెడపట్టి గెంటేసా, అప్పుడు ఏమైంది? నేను మెడపట్టి గెంటేసినా చేతిలో పూరి ఉంటది కదా.
0 ఉంది.
ఓకేనా? నువ్వు వచ్చావు, నీకు ప్లేట్ లో టిఫిన్ పెట్టా, పూరి పెట్టా, మెడపట్టి గెంటేసిన మాత్రం పూరి ఇడ్లీ అయిపోద్దా? గెంటేసినా గెంటకపోయినా ప్లేట్ లో ఉన్న పూరి లాగే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సేమ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే. ఏమైంది? నువ్వు ఇవన్నీ చేసుకొని వచ్చి లాస్ట్ ఏమైంది? ఐ వాల్యూ 0. సో 0 గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 0 కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది. ఫెయిల్ అయినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చింది. బయటకు వచ్చే టయానికి ఐ వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉంది?
0.
అదే ఇక్కడ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే సార్, మీరు అన్నది కరెక్ట్. 0 కానీ కరెక్టే. నాకు చిన్న డౌట్. ఒకసారి బయట మళ్ళీ డిబర్లో ఉంటాం. కానీ అక్కడ I=9 ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఇంటీరియర్ I=9 కదా. లాస్ట్ సిస్టమ్ డిబర్ అనేది అవుట్ సైడ్ వేరియబుల్ కదా, అంటే అవుట్ సైడ్ లూప్ కదా. I=9 కాబట్టి అది కండిషన్
మైనస్ అయ్యి మీది కొట్టం అది 8 అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ లైన్
అర్థం సార్.
అదే ఓకే, అది చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. అదే లూప్ అదే కాన్స్టెంట్ ఉంటలేదు. అది
ప్లేట్ లో పూరి పెట్టానయ్యా, నేను మెడపట్టి గెంటేసాను, పూరి మాయమే ఇడ్లీ అయిపోద్దా? పూరి ఉండిద్దా అని చెప్పు.
ఈ ప్లేట్ 9, 8 అనేది టిఫిన్
కరెక్ట్ సార్.
నంబర్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది.
నేనేమనుకున్నా అంటే ఇప్పుడు లూప్లోకి ఇప్పుడు అది
నువ్వేమనుకుంటున్నావు? లూప్ లోకి ఎంటర్ అయినప్పుడు 9 ఎంటర్ అయింది, ఓకే, లూప్ లోకి బయటకు వచ్చేసినాక మళ్ళీ ఇది వచ్చేయాలి అంటావు. అది రాదు. వేరియబుల్ మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? వేరియబుల్ అంటే వేరీ అయ్యేది. వేరియబుల్ అంటే ప్లేటు. ప్లేట్లో నువ్వు ఈ రోజు ఒక టిఫిన్ పెట్టుకుంటావు, రేపు ఇంకో టిఫిన్ పెట్టుకుంటావు. రోజు ఒకటి పెట్టుకోవడానికే ప్లేట్ ఉంది.
అయితే అది బయట ఉంది కదా,
బయట ఉన్నా లోపల ఉన్నా అది ఉండే టయానికి లోపల ఏముంది అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ప్రతిసారి చేంజ్ అవుతుంది.
కండిషన్ బట్టి
అందుకే మనం కేర్ఫుల్ గా ఉండాలా. ఈ వాల్యూ లేటెస్ట్ వాల్యూ ఏముందో అది పాత వాల్యూ చేరిపేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఆల్రెడీ ఇడ్లీ పెట్టుకొని వచ్చావు, నేను పూరి పెట్టాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ముందు ఇడ్లీ పడేసేయాలి, ప్లేట్ ఖాళీ చేయాలి, అప్పుడే పూరి పెట్టగలుగుతాను. ఒకసారి వన్స్ పూరి పెట్టిన తర్వాత నాకు ఇడ్లీ కావాలంటే పర్లేదు, అయిపోయింది, పారేసాం.
ఒకసారి వైల్ ఐ లెస్ దెన్ 0 తీసుకుంటారు అక్కడ.
ఐ లెస్ దెన్ 0 తీసుకుంటే ఏమైంది?
జీరో వస్తుంది.
అప్పుడు ఏమైంది? అసలు ఇందులోకి వెళ్ళలేదు కాబట్టి 9 వస్తుంది.
కండిషన్ బట్టి ఓన్లీ ఒక 9 వేస్తారు.
ఓకేనా? వెళ్ళిన దానికి వెళ్ళలేని దానికి చాలా తేడా ఉందా లేదా?
ఓకే
ఇప్పుడు క్లియరా?
క్లియర్.
Is there anyone who is still having confusion? Please let me know. Guys, online guys, please let me know if there is anyone who is still having confusion. నువ్వు ఆఫ్లైనే, నువ్వు ఆన్లైన్ కాదు. ఆన్లైన్ వాళ్ళు అడిగా ఆన్లైన్ ఆఫ్లైన్ anyone, any doubt, tell me. Okay, fine. So now
ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రాసుకుంటారు.
note down this example under while. Okay, after that we will go to do while. దీనికి ఏంటన్నావు? do while ఇంకేంటంటావు?
ఇట్లా అయితేనే కొంచెం వస్తుంది సార్.
ఏంటి కన్ఫ్యూజన్?
ఇప్పుడు నా వల్ల ఏంటో అట్లయితే కొంచెం ఆలోచించాలి సార్. ఆలోచిస్తాను తప్పు కూడా.
అది ఎందుకు అట్లా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది? అది ఒక సిస్టంగానే ఉంటుంది.
మళ్ళీ అది
అడిగితే ఎందుకు అవుతుంది అట్లా అని.
మరి ప్లేట్ ఉన్నదే టిఫిన్ పెట్టుకొని తినడానికి.
రూల్ అంటే లైక్
అట్లా కాదు. నీకు నేను టిఫిన్ పెట్టాలనుకున్నాను, ప్లేట్ లేదనుకో, తినగలవా నువ్వు టిఫిన్? ప్లేట్ ఉంది, టిఫిన్ లేదు, తినగలవా? ప్లేట్ ఉండాలా, టిఫిన్ ఉండాలా? ఫస్ట్ ప్లేట్ పట్టుకొని రా. ఈ రోజు టిఫిన్ పెడతా, రేపు ఇంకోటి పెడతా, ఎల్లుండి ఇంకోటి పెడతా. ఓకే, ప్లేట్ లాగేసుకున్నా అనుకో నీ దగ్గర నుంచి, నీకు ఎన్ని టిఫిన్లు చూపించినా నువ్వు తినలేవు. సో అంటే అది ఒక ప్లేస్ హోల్డర్ విచ్ కెన్ హోల్డ్ వాల్యూస్. అదే ఉందా? ప్లేట్ ఉండాలా, టిఫిన్ ఉండాలి, రెండు ఉండాలి, నీకు అప్పుడే వర్కౌట్ అయింది. ఓకే, నువ్వు ఒట్టి టిఫిన్ ఉంది, ప్లేట్ లేదు, ఎక్కడ పెట్టుకొని తినలేవు. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు క్లియరా? వైలే కాదు, ఎక్కడ అసలు ఏది వాడకపోతే చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. సరే, నేను వైల్ లూపే వాడను, ఫర్ లూపే వాడను. నార్మల్గా ఫస్ట్ ఇంటిజర్ i = 10 ఇచ్చా, తర్వాత i = 5 ఇచ్చా, తర్వాత i = 2 ఇచ్చా. అప్పుడు ఏమైంది? లాస్ట్కి ఏముంటుంది? దాంట్లో 2 ఉండిద్ది. ముందు 10 ఇచ్చావు, తర్వాత 5 ఇచ్చావు, తర్వాత 2 ఇచ్చావు, అంటే చివరికి ఏముంటుంది? స్టార్టింగ్ లో చెప్పేది. ఒకసారి ఒక ప్లేట్ లో ఒక టిఫినే పట్టిద్ది. ఈ పూరి పెట్టుకోవాలంటే ఇడ్లీ పడేయాలి నువ్వు. అన్ని కుదరవు. దాని సంగతి తర్వాత మాట్లాడదాం. 2 ప్లేట్లు వద్దు, వద్దు. ఇప్పుడు ఒకటే ప్లేట్ నీకు ఉంది అంతే. నువ్వు హాస్టల్లో బతుకుతున్నావు, నీ ప్లేట్ నీది, నా ప్లేట్ నాది. ఇంకో ప్లేట్ లో తినే ఛాన్స్ లేదు, ఇద్దరు కలిసి ఒక ప్లేట్ లో తినడానికి కూడా లేదు. అది వచ్చింది. నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఇంకా బ్యాచిలర్ హాస్టల్లో ఉన్నావు, సింగిల్ ప్లేట్ వ్యవహారం నడుస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్ వచ్చింది నీకు నెక్స్ట్ సీన్ లో. అప్పుడు ఒక ప్లేట్ లో ఇద్దరు తినడం అనేది అప్పుడు చూద్దాం, ఆ సీన్ వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు దాకా ఆగండి, కంగారు పడద్దు. ఇప్పుడు కంగారు పడి ఎవరి ప్లేట్ తో పడితే ఆ ప్లేట్ లో తినేకు. నీకంటూ ఒక ప్లేట్ ఉంది, ఆ ప్లేట్ లో తిను ప్రస్తుతానికి. Guys, clear, right? Note it down, everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, what you need to note down, this one you need to note down, because loop means multiple times how it is giving the output. This is what you need to note down. This is what that is important, right? If the condition is failing, that's not the important case. If the condition is successful, then how it is working. This is what important. Note it down correctly. Okay. Just 2 minutes I will take. Okay. Done? Everyone completed? Okay. Now tell me one thing. I will remove all these things. Now tell me one thing. Integer. I = 9. Okay. After that I am giving I = 5. After that I am giving I = 2. Okay. After that I am giving system.debug Okay, the value of I is, tell me now what output I will get.
2.
Now tell me what output I will get.
2.
Clear, huh? This variable can hold only one value at a time. If you are giving a new value, it will replace the old value. Okay, now what I will do, I will put the same line here, put the same line here. Now what output I will get?
952.
Still it is loading.
952.
Now is it clear
Yes.
for everyone how the variable works? Clear, right? Okay. So now what we have written previously, integer I equal to 9, okay, and I have written while I less than 0, okay, and inside this I have written system.debug value of I is
Greater than 0.
కావాలని okay. Now what output I will get?
9. I first 9 like that 0. False got 9 is
What happened? Why I didn't get the output? Tell me. Why I did not get any output? Tell me.
Condition fails, sir.
I is equal to 9. 9 is less than 0. Condition pass or fail?
Fail.
But
Yes, sir.
system में display game ये last ला अंतिम वाला
Okay, clear now.
Yes.
Why I am not getting output?
yes
Guys, everyone clear? Huh? I have given a condition to fail, so that's why I have given like that. So condition failed. So this entire thing is skipped and it is coming outside. Outside is nothing to display. That's why it is not displaying anything. Clear? Everything clear this till this point?
Yes.
But my business owner is saying that even though the condition fails, I want one time execution to be done. Okay? Then what I will do is, here I will write do. Brackets, some mistake I have done. First to do, then while places. Okay. Now let's see the output. Do, here I have written the condition. Yeah, for condition I need to give this one here. So now let me execute this. I am getting the output. See, what is the difference between while and do while? In while, we are first writing the condition here, and once the condition is satisfied, we will go inside the bracket and execute. Okay, if the condition fails, we will not go inside the bracket and we will not execute. But if your business says that at least once it should execute whether the condition is satisfied or not. But second time onwards, verify the condition. First time, don't verify the condition, execute. Second time onwards verify the condition. If that is your business requirement, then you will write it as do while. First do, then check the condition. Okay? For do there is no condition, so one time it is executing, and here it is verifying the condition. Okay? Clear? Note down this one, do while. In next class we will discuss about all the different types of for loops and all those things we will discuss. Okay? Why the code is not showing null where the very first condition is failed? If the condition is failed, it will not go inside. Okay? And initially I have given a value for integer I, that's why it is not showing null. If initially I have given nothing, if I have given like this, then it will show null only. Okay? Getting my point? Initial value is present, so that's why that initial value is showing even if the condition is failing. Okay? If I don't give initial value, then null will be displayed. Okay? Any other question? Any other question, guys? Note down quickly.
సో ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఇంటీజర్ ఇప్పుడు వాల్యూ తీసుకున్నారు కదా, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 5, 6, 7 లాస్ట్ వాల్యూ మనకు పీరియడ్ ఏమన్నా కదా, కానీ కదా ఇంటీజర్ కూడా సేమ్ మిగిలిన డెల్స్ స్ట్రింగ్
అన్నిటికీ అంతే, దేనికైనా అంతే. కప్పులో పెట్టుకొని తిన్నా, ప్లేట్లో పెట్టుకొని తిన్నా అంతే, సేమ్. దేనికైనా అంతే. లాస్ట్ వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది, ముందు వాల్యూలు పోతాయి.
అర్థం కాక మన కలెక్షన్స్ అర్థం కాదు.
మనోడికి తన ఒక ప్లేట్లో తను తినడం రాకుండా గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్తో కలిసి ఒక ప్లేట్లో ఇద్దరు తినడం ట్రై చేసి ఫస్ట్ ఇది నేర్చుకోవాలా. ఇది రాకుండా అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయాడు, అంత ఇబ్బందులు పడ్డాడు. సేమ్ ఈ వైల్ కండిషన్ ఏం రాసామో ఎగ్జాక్ట్ అదే, కాకపోతే ఈ కండిషన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది ఇందాక దాన్ని తెచ్చి కింద పెట్టి పైన డూ రాసా అంతే. అంటే ఏమైంది, సరే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ ఈ కండిషన్ ఇది తీసేసి ఇది పెట్టాను అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఏమైంది చెప్పండి, లూప్ సక్సెస్ అయింది. లూప్ సక్సెస్ అయితే అప్పుడు ఏమైంది, సి నౌ ఐ చేంజ్ దిస్ I less than 0 to I greater than 0. Now what will happen? Initially, irrespective of the condition, it will execute once. After that, because condition is satisfied, it will execute. Now see how many times it will execute?
9 times.
Clear? If I give less than 0, then how many times it is executing? If I give less than 0, in normal while, what happens? It will not execute because it will not go inside. But here, whether the condition is satisfied or failed, once it will execute. If it is passed, remaining times it will execute. If it is failed, one time it will execute. That is about do while. While do while we will not use in our real time. Generally we will use for loop only. Just for understanding I am telling. Just today you practice, that's it. Tomorrow onwards we will focus more on for loops. But you got the idea how it works, right? Fine. And any other question? Can't we write while condition in next line? No, while, okay.